Hey guys, it's Meshif here.
I'm Axion, and we have a 1v1 for you on Shakira's Plateau. In the top left, we have the blue Zerg Nox, and in the bottom right, we have the red Protoss Andy. And we'd like to thank Nox for sending this in. This is the second replay we will have casted of his, and we know that he is in Platinum. We are not sure what his opponent is. I want to say assuming somewhere around Platinum, but as we know, Meshif, that's not always true with the Blizzard matchmaking system.
Yeah, recently in our 2v2s, as if you guys don't know me, Axion and I play 2v2 all the time as a team, and just some of the matches we've been getting lately have been absolutely terrible. I mean, not that we're like worse players and we have no chance, but like we're playing like top diamond and top platinum players that I don't want to say we have no chance, but just their technical ability is at such a level that we really have a tough time doing anything against these guys, and it's frustrating. So Blizzard's matchmaking system usually I would say is pretty good, and overall I think the system is designed well, but sometimes we're getting some strange matchups that just don't really make sense.
Yeah, it looks like Andy has sent his first probe up there, straight up above him, and that is a little bit of a misclick. For those of you who do not know, and I'm pretty sure this is correct, but you may want to double check. A few other casters have pointed this out. On this map, you cannot spawn directly above or below, depending on which way you're looking at it, of your opponent. You can only spawn horizontally or in these cross positions.
Yeah, I think they just don't want. If you spawned, vertically, you would just kind of. It'd be the rush distance would be very short. There'd be no debris, no rocks in the way. The action. Look at the natural expansions, how close they would be to each other. That would be, that'd be pretty present a lot of problems. So, they have you spawn either diagonally or horizontally, where you have these backdoor rocks with the minerals and gas here for an expansion in the middle, and then the backdoor rocks of your opponent. So definitely should just scout diagonal or horizontal to you.
And it looks like as that map explanation was going down, a probe stuck its way into Nox's base, but he was easily able to take care of that with the surround by his drones. And that's something you always have to worry about as Zerg, especially at these higher levels, is getting the bottom of your ramp pyloned off or photon cannoned off once those pylons are there. It's a pretty good way to contain from getting the natural, but it looks like he was able to get the probe, so that was not able to happen as Nox's natural does go down. And if we take a look into Andy's base, getting the Zealot out of that one gateway as the Cybernetics is about to finish, and Zergling Speed is on the way for Nox.
Yep, when we see Nox taking his expansion, pretty standard. I think 14 hatch, I believe.
I think it was much later than that.
Oh, was?
It was around 18.
Okay, I guess I didn't pay complete attention to that, but he's getting that expansion as Zerg is really prone to do, as they can take an economic advantage from that. And wow, we see a Twilight Council actually just being warped in here for Andy. So we'll see if he's planning on doing some kind of Blink Stalkers, or maybe even taking up to Dark Templars. It'll be very interesting to see, as he is on double gas now, so he's going to have a bunch of gas.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what's going on. Looks like his warp gate is about halfway done as he throws down this second gateway. I would say that Blink Stalkers could be incredibly effective on this map, because if we look at Nox's base up there, down near the southern end, right away from the ramp of the natural, if you can get some sight up there with an observer, you can blink into the main. You could even rush into the natural like this one Zealot is doing, and if it were a Stalker, could probably blink into the main up there. But it looks like the Zealot is going to attack the Spine Crawler, and it does look like one Zealot has enough damage per second in order to take down the Spine Crawler, although he does back off. Crawler is cancelled, and it looks like Nox is going to rebuild it as the Zealot marches into the base unharassed.
And I would like to see him go straight for the drones here. He does actually stand there and chill for a little bit, and these two Zerglings and Queen are going to be able to take care of him. He does take both Zerglings out, but unfortunately not able to do any economic damage or anything of that nature. So we'll see if that Zealot really paid for itself. It did give some scouting information, so I guess that's kind of the incalculable information, incalculable damage that was done.
Yeah, and we do have a Roach Warren about halfway done, and it looks like you were right, Meshif. A Blink is on the way. It is about 1/3 done, as a robotics facility is down as well, as we have these Spine Crawlers by Nox's Natural moving to a forward position. with 6 more Zerglings being produced, so we might be seeing an attempt at an early Zergling run-by, as he does send a few out to the ramp of his natural.
And if we do look at the vision right now for Nox, he does not see the Twilight Council. I would have liked to see him have an Overlord down here by these destructible rocks for the back door of Andy, or even just to the right, in this kind of watery swamp type area. And then, after a certain time, usually around 7, 8, maybe even 9 minutes, you just want to fly your Overlord in, suicide him if you have to. But you need to get that scouting information, because you really need to see what units your opponent is producing, as the Zerg do not have, ComSat or anything like that. But we do see 6 Stalkers, or 6 Stalkers moving out, and Zerglings are going to actually run right by them.
It looks like they're going to crisscross and not notice each other, but it looks like the Stalkers are heading back. Not sure where these Zerglings are going, maybe just holding for a second. But there they go, they're going to engage these Stalkers, and then a great blink back up to the high ground, leaving only 2 of them down there. The one's going to get surrounded, the second one should march up and be fine. And with the Stalkers and Zealots holding this ramp, there's not really much that they're going to be able to do. And another great blink there by Andy.
Yeah, I like that, although the danger of that is that it did reveal the blink to his opponent. Before he probably wasn't at all going to be ready for this. As you see, he might have been able to go up, to that third expansion in front of his base, blink right into the back of his base, and it's really unprotected. He has a queen there, and that's it. So if he was able to do that, he could cause a lot of damage. So we'll see how he plays this out. It looks like he's going to continue across the map. These Zerglings are taking the watchtower, but they are not yet running back to defend. And Andy's going to run straight in the main here, which I'm a little bit surprised. He should really be trying to go utilize that blink.
Yeah, and it looks like the Zerglings are going to come in back for a flank. They're going to surround a couple of these Stalkers, and these Zealots really need to get back here. Great blink backwards. It looks like one Spinecrawler did go down throughout this, although these Zealots really need to get in here with those Stalkers. I guess that's the one. There it is, finally. The disadvantage of the blink is he would blink away from his Zealots, which would allow these Zerglings to then run back to the Stalkers and take them out. But it looks like he is going to march in here into the main, getting a few shots off on the Queen. As a couple more Zerglings do pop out, it's a very tense moment right now. They need to run back to the Spinecrawler. This is what they're doing. That's a ton of Zerglings, and they should be able to take care of this.
I think that Andy should try to stop blinking blink towards his Zealots rather than away from his Zealots, so the Zealots can get in there and actually do some damage. As he gets a nice blink right there, brings those Zerglings towards those Zealots. But it doesn't look like he's going to lose all of his Stalkers, as I don't think he has. Oh yeah, he just was about to have blink, but not able to get that out in time.
Yeah, and it looks like 9 Roaches are on the way for Nox here. I'm curious what he's planning on doing with all this gas. My initial reaction there was he's going to attempt to throw down a Spire and get Mutas, but Blink Stalkers are very there. The Spire is going down, but Blink Stalkers are very good against Mutas. They can just get in there, pop some shots, get out. And then we see 2 more gateways going down for Andy here, so it looks like he's going to be sticking to this gateway army at the moment.
Yeah, and he did take his expansion as he moved out, so I really like that play. He should bring some of his probes from his main over to his expansion here to help more fully saturate that. I also like to see him bring a sentry along with his army.
Yeah, and here is an observer creeping up into into Nox's base. I'm not sure I really like this almost front engagement there that he had. I would like to see him swing around by the Zelnaga watchtower up there on the top, maybe break those destructible rocks, go around to what could be the 3rd base there, and then use the observer to give him vision so he could blink right into Nox's main.
Yeah, that is something that would have been useful. I also, as I was just saying before, if you get a couple of sentries out, when you move in here, take out. He can see the main ramp to Nox's expansion. He sees that there's just one Spinecrawler, so if he can take that out, get up the ramp into Nox's main, he can force field the ramp. He can leave his sentries behind here, bring 2 or 3 sentries, force field this ramp and prevent, the Zerglings or whatever forces Nox has outside of his base or at his